Return of Jesus, Illuminati and Freemason, the final frontier. History repeats itself. Around 3000 years BC, the first city of mankind was built. It was named Babylon. The king who built the city is Nimrod. He was great grandson of Noah. But he used to claim himself God. He built a big tower at Babylon to shoot arrows towards the God in heaven to kill him. But he had good qualities also. He was a big builder, a Mason type emperor. At that time, there was a man named Abraham. At very young age, Abraham could understand that Nimrod could not be God. God should be one who created everybody, who runs the sun and moon. So he challenged Nimrod and called him to leave his claim as God. Nimrod was very angry on Abraham and he threw him into the fire. But God was very happy on Abraham. He saved him. However, ultimately Abraham had to escape, and he escaped to Jerusalem. Abraham was also a descendant of Noah through his son Sam. Both of them had descendants. Descendants of Abraham are called tribes of Israel, a well-recorded tribe. Descendants of Nimrod are not known, but for discussion's sake, we will call it tribe of Nimrod. Long time passed. Dynasty of Nimrod faded away. Babylon fell into ruins. But descendants of Nimrod continued. Some of them came to Egypt. In Egypt, they were doing good, getting good service, high post in government offices, in military services. They were doing good in business. And one of them became friend of the king of Egypt, the Ramesses I. The king of Egypt did not have any son. When he died, Ramesses I became the king at around 1300 years BC. So Ramesses I became Pharaoh of Egypt. They also made big structures like pyramids. So Egypt became the second Babylon. There was a big king or a very strong king among them. He was Ramesses II. He was very powerful. At that time, tribes of Israel was living in Egypt, and Ramesses II was oppressing them. He was using them as slaves to build the pyramids. So among them a man named Moses rise. He went to Pharaoh and called him to leave his claim as God or son of God. But Pharaoh disagreed. Moses asked his people from Pharaoh to leave the country. Pharaoh also disagreed. Ultimately, Moses had to escape with his people. Pharaoh followed and died in river Nile. However, the dynasty continued up to Ramesses XI. At around 1000 years BC, this dynasty also diminished. And some of them went to Europe. In 750 BC, two Ramesses children rise. They are Romulus and Remus. When they were children, they went to the area of Rome. Rome was not there at that time. A person brought them up. When they grew young, they said to the people that they are from a very high race. They could build a kingdom. Local people agreed. And this Romulus and Remus founded the city of Rome. They made army with local people. Gradually, this Rome became mighty Roman Empire. And they become Roman emperors, the same people. Therefore, Babylon, the Rome became third Babylon. We can say Rome was third Babylon. It also had big structures, big stadium or Colosseum, big buildings, bridges, everything. So Rome became third Babylon. At that time, Jesus came. He was preaching religion. He was calling people to God. And ultimately fell with the controversy, fell with confrontation with the Romans. Jesus was little different. He did not escape like Abraham and Moses. So he was crucified. There was another thing happening in other side. Among the tribes of Israel, there was a tribe called tribe of Dan. Dan was grandson of Abraham. They went to Europe. They were not priestly type. They were kingly people, brave, intelligent, and dynamic. In Europe, they became Vikings, the violent kings. Sometimes they were pirating in the seas. Sometimes they were capturing ground in the shores. This Denmark, Macedonia, Danube are after the name of this Dan. They made many kingdoms in Europe. One is British monarchy, still surviving. They founded the biggest empire in the history of mankind. The modern world is designed by them. This Dan people was from the Jews or from the tribes of Israel. So they were intelligent, wise. Can be called illuminated people, enlightened people. After the fall of Roman Empire, this tribe of Nimrod was not getting good hold in Europe. because tribe of Dan was very violent. They could not cope up. So like all good Europeans, they went to USA. And long time passed. Two of their sons, Bush and Obama, became the president of USA. Actually, many presidents are from this tribe, including their founding father. This is Nefertiti, and this is Obama. You can see resemblance among them. One may say there is a time difference of around 3000 years, but 3000 years is a very short time for genes. Genes do not change within this short time. They have great similarities in facial structure. They have same chins, same lips, same nose, same ears, and same skull. Imagine Nefertiti without hat. Structure of their eyes is same, but Nefertiti's eyes are big and have high brow ridge. But again, it may so happen that a sculptor tried to make the queen happy by making her eyes big. Here also you can see Nefertiti giving pose to a sculptor and Obama giving pose to photographer are same. They have similar soul. She looks like his great grandmother. Here it is also same. They have same chin, same high palate, and similar nose. Then how Bush? Yes, genetic analysis shows Bush and Obama are cousins. So Nimrod tribe is rising in USA. After thousands of years, they have difference in color, language, and religion. They may not know each of them. It may so happen that they are not organized just to capture power. They may be just destined by God to be rulers. But some of them must be organized and knows their past. Probably they are organized under an organization called Freemasons. And they may also have sub-organization. It is not known. This is US $1 bill. And who is he? Everybody knows him. He is he. And what is this mark? This is the mark. A compass and a scale. The equipment of a mason. This is the symbol of Freemason. So founding father was a Freemason, probably from the tribe of Nimrod. And who is he? He is linked with Bush, Obama. These are all founder figures of USA. So in USA, Freemasons were fighting Danes. They dislodged British monarch from USA. So in Europe, Illuminati or Danes were against the Nimrod. They took off power of Pope. They organized French Revolution, etc. Freemasons were in Illuminati, in the same organization. Illuminati tactfully got them out by making separate organization called Freemasons. So they have silent rivalry. They are not only organized, they knows their past. This is $1 bill and this is pyramid. Officially they says it is the sign of development. But why pyramid? And why there are pictures of owls in the dollar bill? There are several owls in the dollar bill. It is very small, cannot be seen instantly. Owls are secret birds of pharaohs. So Europe goes to dance, who are organized under an organization called Illuminati, because they are Israelites. They are intelligent, wise and knowledgeable, so they are Illuminati, enlightened people. They don't like making big buildings. They like oceans, as Dan used to like. They, if get money, would make boats and ships, even as big as Titanic. If you tell them to capture the world, they will capture the sea. Then may go to the lands, because for them, sea is the world. They may be organized in different houses. These Illuminati may also have subgroups, may be organized in different houses. Those are not known, those are secret. And USA goes to tribe of Nimrod, organized under an organization called Freemason. They make big, tall buildings. They are Mason type people. So wherever they rule, their capital becomes a Babylon. They also may be organized in different groups under the same Freemason. But it is not known, it is secret. So USA became the fourth Babylon. But Masons and Illuminatis are not enemies at present. This is sign of Mason handshake. Both of them are Masons. So monarch is a Dan and prime minister is a Mason. Therefore, they have to honor each other. There is no way. But at the time of need, they are for each other. Means they are for their own tribe, if it is possible. Bush, at the first chance, was about to capture Iraq, where Mother Babylon lies in ruins. Blair runs behind him. Everybody says, don't go, don't go. But he does not stop. In the deep of the heart, nobody can deny the call of Mother. It is the call of blood, rooted in the subconscious mind. They are otherwise friendly. They are emperors and kings. They don't quarrel like commoners. They confront each other like kings. This is $1 bill. This is the pyramid. This is sign of Illuminati, the sign of dance. Masons have put the sign of Illuminati on their pride heritage, meaning, okay dance, though we have closed your luck in USA, but still we are friends. Why we are discussing it? Kings should be kings, that is normal. And they are otherwise good kings. Yes, we are discussing it for this. This is Illuminati sign. One eye on a pyramid. It is the symbol of their destiny. So far it is fulfilled, they will remain on top. Time of fulfillment is near. And one-eyed Illuminati from dance will join the pyramid people, Masons, to fight the divine one. Nimrod challenged God, but God did not reckon it. It was funny. He was shooting arrows from the top of the Babylon tower. Now their descendant has become reckonable. But God will not use his direct power. Otherwise he can annihilate everybody instantly. If you ask a Muslim, he will say Antichrist will be from Jew. He is one-eyed, Dajjal. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, repeatedly cautioned, Dajjal is one-eyed and your God is not one-eyed. If you ask a Jew, he will say, Antichrist is from tribe of Dan. They are more specific. Dan also knows it. This is the symbol of Dan. They humbly accepted their fate. It is otherwise wise to accept the fate because nobody can change it. Nowadays, these people, Illuminati and Masons, are no more pagans. So great deceiver, Antichrist and beast are coming to take some of them in their same old battlefield and use their wit, courage and dynamic qualities. And he will use them against Jesus Christ in his second coming. Antichrist is going to use some of them. He is a great deceiver. Antichrist will have immense demon power. He will make a statue, and through that he will bring back the spirit of Pope John Paul II. In the Bible, he is called Beast 666. Revelation 13, verse 14. Through these great wonders which it, Antichrist, is able to do on behalf of the beast is sixth head of Vatican, that is Pope John Paul II, it deceives the inhabitants of the earth, persuading them to make a statue of the beast, which although wounded by the sword, is still alive. So Antichrist will persuade people to make the statue of the beast. And this beast is Pope John Paul II. In his normal earthly life, he was wounded and was healed in hospital. That is said, although wounded by the sword, is still alive. Revelation 13, verse 15. It, means Antichrist, has been allowed to give a spirit to the statue. The statue of the beast, that is sixth head of Vatican, Pope John Paul II, speaks, and those who refuse to worship it are killed. So through that statue, Antichrist will bring the spirit of the sixth head of Vatican. And through that statue, sixth head of Vatican, or spirit of Pope John Paul II, will speak. And those who will deny to worship it will be killed. Antichrist will bring back the spirit of beast through a statue and compel the people to worship it. So we have got two, Antichrist and beast, that is 666. That is spirit of sixth head of Vatican. Another 10 will join them. Revelation 17, verse 12. The 10 horns are 10 kings who have not yet received power, but will have authority for an hour with the beast. Verse 13. They all have only one aim, and they place their authority and power at the service of the beast. These 10 kings will be selected by the Antichrist. Obviously, he will select them from the tribe of Dan, Illuminati, because Antichrist is from Dan. He will also take several from the people of Pyramid. Those are Freemasons, because otherwise there may be controversies. There may be rivalries. So they will take some from the people of Pyramid, tribe of Nimrod. They will take over Europe, capture the world to set a new world order where there will be no poor. 3 billion will be killed. They will destroy present world order to set the new. They will destroy prostitute. Who is prostitute? Revelation 17, verse 5. Her name could be read on her forehead, written in a mysterious way, Babylon the Great, mother of prostitutes, and of the loathsome idols of the whole world. Verse 15, the angel went on, those waters you saw, on which the prostitute is seated, are peoples, multitudes, and nations, on every language. So prostitute is a city like Babylon. Prostitute sits over all nations. He does not rule, he sits. That means he rules by soft power. A city that rules all nations is Washington, D.C. So prostitute is Washington, D.C. Now we have got two groups. Number one, beast, talking statue of sixth head of Vatican, Pope John Paul II, or spirit of Pope John Paul II. God will place all under him. Antichrist and 10 kings will be at his service. It is according to Holy Bible. This group will be under the beast, means sixth head of Vatican. Antichrist is also called false prophet, because Antichrist will claim himself Jesus Christ. So he is a false prophet. Number 3, 10 kings. This is one group. Verses, prostitute, also called Babylon the Great or Mystery Babylon the Great. It looks like Washington, D.C. Revelation 17, verse 16. The 10 horns and the beast itself will plan evil against the prostitute. They will destroy her and leave her naked. They will eat her flesh and set her on fire. By evil plan, they will destroy Washington, D.C. They will also defeat USA, bringing down forces from the north and Middle East, as it is said in Jeremiah. In Jeremiah, end time Babylon is Babylon, USA. This is the scenario. A strong people is coming from the north, a mighty nation, stirred up from the far ends of the earth. Our men armed with bows and spears are quail and without mercy. They sound like the roaring seas as they ride on galloping steeds. They come in battle formation against you, daughter of Babylon. Jeremiah 50. So it is northern countries, Russia and co-located European countries will go against USA. Prepare the nations for war against Babylonia. Send for the kings of the Medes, their leaders and officials, and armies of all countries they rule. Jeremiah 51. So it is Medes who will join with the north, that is Russia. Medes are Middle Eastern countries. So Middle Eastern countries will join with the north and will go against USA. It is also said in the Hadith, a big group of Christians will join with Muslims and defeat another group of Christians. Hadith. So opposing forces are Russia, EU countries, Arabs, Turks, etc. versus USA and maybe Canada. According to Bible, USA, that is Babylon, will face a devastating defeat. They are the group of 12, beast, Antichrist, and 10 would-be kings. They are already acting to bring the North and Middle East against USA. They already made Middle East enemy of USA by Iraq and Afghan war. To do that, they just had to pull down 2 towers. They have done it nicely. Now Middle East is enemy of the USA, of USA. But without Russia, nobody can carry out offensive across Atlantic. Now they are to bring North, that is Russia, against USA. For that, they may have to burn down a city of USA. Because, as in Bible, the city is supposed to be destroyed by fire in 1 hour. Lately, US people would realize it was not Laden. Rome will be capital of superpower. Revelation 17 verse 18. The woman you saw is the great city which reigns over the kings of the whole world. Previously in verse 5, prostitute, that is Babylon USA or a city of USA, was over all nations. Now in this verse, woman is over all nations. In Bible prophecy, women mean Vatican or priests of Vatican. Great city is Rome. Therefore, after destroying Babylon USA, the woman, the Rome, will become ruler of the whole world. They will be then new Babylon. And they will not sit over all nations. They will rule directly. They will reign over the whole world. So they, Antichrist and 10 kings, will go to Europe and will be emperor of the Rome in Rome. So Rome will be the final Babylon. At that time, Jesus will descend. They will not require to fight for Europe. After the fall of USA, Europeans will feel the necessity to unite for their security purpose, because their security that used to be ensured by USA will lose power at that time. So they will feel necessity to unite for security purpose. At that time, Antichrist will appear in public. He will show marvelous wonders. He will claim himself Jesus Christ and bring back the Pope John Paul II, the spirit of Pope John Paul II through the statue, who will also support him. He will then unite Europe and set 10 kings. Some people will not accept him. Those who read Bible and try to understand its in-depth knowledge, they will not accept Antichrist as Jesus Christ. They will not be given mark. Nobody will buy and sell with them. Some of them will be killed. To know second coming, watch videos in my YouTube channel named Return of Jesus. Destiny cannot be changed. Better watch and enjoy. Interesting things are unfolding. Thank you. Through his son, Sam. Both of them had descendants. Descendants of Abraham are called tribes of Israel, a well-recorded tribe. Descendants of Nimrod are not known, but for discussion's sake, we will call it tribe of Nimrod. Long time passed. Dynasty of Nimrod faded away. Babylon fell into ruins. But descendants of Nimrod continued. Some of them came to Egypt. In Egypt, they were doing good, getting good service, high post in government offices, in military service. Return of Jesus, Illuminati and Freemason, the final frontier. History repeats itself. Around 3000 years BC, the first city of mankind was built. It was named Babylon. The king who built the city is Nimrod. He was great grandson of Noah. But he used to claim himself God. He built a big tower at Babylon to shoot arrows towards the God in heaven to kill him. But he had good qualities also. He was a big builder, a Mason type emperor. At that time, there was a man named Abraham. At very young age, Abraham could understand that Nimrod could not be God. God should be one who created everybody, who runs the sun and moon. So he challenged Nimrod and called him to leave his claim as God. Nimrod was very angry on Abraham and he threw him into the fire. But God was very happy on Abraham. He saved him. However, ultimately Abraham had to escape, and he escaped to Jerusalem. Abraham was also a descendant of Noah. Services. They were doing good in business, and one of them became friend of the king of Egypt, the Ramesses I. The king of Egypt did not have any son. When he died, Ramesses I became the king at around 1300 years BC. So Ramesses I became Pharaoh of Egypt. They also made big structures like pyramids. So Egypt became the second Babylon. There was a big king or a very strong king among them. He was Ramesses II. He was very powerful. At that time, tribes of Israel was living in Egypt, and Ramesses II was oppressing them. He was using them as slaves to build the pyramids. So among them a man named Moses rise. He went to Pharaoh and called him to leave his claim as God or son of God. But Pharaoh disagreed. Moses asked his people from Pharaoh to leave the country. Pharaoh also disagreed. Ultimately, Moses had to escape with his people. Pharaoh followed and died in river Nile. However, the dynasty continued up to Ramesses XI.